What up, YouTube? This is Freshwater Aquatics, and the question of the day is big siphons or little siphons? Which do I prefer, and which do I think is better for cleaning your tank? Obvious reasons. For a smaller tank, smaller siphon, obviously. But the question is for maybe a 20-gallon or a 55-gallon. So, for the bigger tanks and the smaller tanks, both of them, I'm going to have to go the smaller siphon for multiple reasons. One, it allows you to accurately clean your whole tank. With the bigger siphon, you can only get a small amount of space before your tank is completely dry. With the smaller siphon, you can accurately siphon the gravel throughout the whole tank, especially with the bigger tanks, and clean the whole gravel before your water is even close to being gone. So even with tanks, people have problems with it going too fast, and then they think that just because the water level's down means that the tank is perfectly clean. A lot of the bacteria hides in your gravel. If you don't get it out, then it's just going to contaminate the new water you put in. So you want to get all the gravel or most of the gravel. So I think the obvious choice is the smaller siphon. And for another reason, if you want to leave just for a second, or if it's an emergency, or just need to go grab something, you can just leave the smaller siphon in, and it's not going to take that much water out before you get back. Yeah, and especially if you have a bare bottom tank, smaller, maybe bigger, or maybe bigger, maybe better, just because you can kind of tell where the debris is and just get it out. But for a gravel or planted tank, smaller is always better. It allows you to just reach in places you might not normally get with the bigger siphon. Obviously, the tops of both of these are off for the time being, just because I kind of feel they get in the way. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. If I were recommending if you were starting a tank and you wanted to know what siphon, and you just wanted to go off the label that the Petco siphon goes off of, I wouldn't. I would stick to what you'd think would be easier. Whether you want it to be super fast or you want to clean your tank. Super fast, clean your tank. So I do believe smaller siphon is better for pretty much everything. I mean, you may not feel that way, or you may totally agree, but for me, I don't have a ton of tanks, and I have time, so smaller siphon is always better to me. And it's a ton less expensive. Like, you would not believe the price difference from this if you're buying them with an aquarium brand. You could just go buy tubing from like Lowe's or a Home Depot or some kind of store like that. You could just buy tubing for really cheap and use that. But from the time I was starting my tanks, I bought both of these just in case, and kind of regretting it because it's pretty much the same value for a completely different price if you were to just buy the raw materials and put it together instead of buying it with an aquarium brand. And that's the same with a lot of aquarium stuff. If you buy raw materials that are not really intended for aquariums and then put them together, the price will be completely different and seek the same rewards as if you were to buy an aquarium brand. One of the examples I can think of at the top of my head is sand. Sand you buy for aquariums, aquarium brand sand can be up to like $30 or $40 for only like 20 pounds. But if you buy some maybe pool filtration sand or play sand or something like that, it could be phenomenally less. Like, for example, I bought my 50 pounds of pool filtration sand for only $10. Obviously, I wasn't going to use all of that because I wasn't going to put all of it in my 55. Instead, I put it in my 20 gallon or some of it. So I've still got a bucket full of it. But for $10, I think that's a bargain. And if I throw the sand out, I can easily just go get more because it is so cheap. And usually pool filtration sand doesn't come in smaller packages. That's the only problem. Other than that, getting back on point, small siphon is better in my opinion. So that's pretty much it. If you have any comments, or if you do not think a smaller siphon is better, leave them in the comments below, and please like this video if you felt it was helpful or you agreed with it.